recording. I don't know if you were recording before. He confused me.
Let me see what we're talking about.
That's what the countdown was for.
Oh.
Hey, listen.
Mark's not. His mic's not even on.
Mark, play the
what kind of producer
play
doesn't
the
turn his own
music,
mic on?
Mark.
It's just quiet.
Yeah. Oh.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Yeah.
He wanted me to start the music.
Jamie,
Wait,
pull that up.
I thought you wanted.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. Oh, wait,
No,
crap.
this is all I got was this T-shirt show.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so Cody,
Okay.
you were supposed to prepare 3 segments for this show.
You just said have 3 segments. I thought we were going to have 3 segments.
I have 4 segments.
Oh, well, then guess what?
What does my text say exactly?
It says 9 a.m. Sounds good. Have 3 segments.
Yeah, like it means have 3 segments. Like you
I
need to
didn't
have
know.
3 segments. It doesn't say I have three
Hey,
segments.
Jamie, pull that up.
It could have been better.
Here's my first segment. Jamie, pull that
prepare.
up.
I should have used better English. Prepare 3 segments, dummy.
That would have been more helpful.
He probably would have understood that.
You're working with a basically above monkey intelligence human being. You should have known better.
Well, I got up at 6 a.m. this morning, so I'm actually I'm feeling good. I got a lot of sleep, so yeah, I'm doing well. So I'm doing well. All right, so segment 1.
Segment 1. Are we just we're in this? We're
in
going?
this, we're in
Okay.
this, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, he could throw everything else in post. All right.
Okay.
Life-changing thing happened to me last night.
Okay, talk to me.
I was on my couch watching episode 5 of Ahsoka.
Okay.
And there was a moment. This is a spoiler. If you haven't watched it, I don't care. Stay up. You should have
Okay,
watched
let's
it.
go.
If you were a real Star Wars fan, you'd have watched it Tuesday night.
I did.
I
did.
Episode 5 of Ahsoka. Should we talk about it and spoil it? Yeah, we might as well. Like,
spoiler
listen,
alert.
This is spoiler alert. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
We need a spoiler
We
alert
need-
right
put
here.
that in, Mark.
We need a spoiler like dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
like breaking news, but it needs
Spoiler
to be spoiler
alert.
That's
Ahsoka,
Pull that up, Jamie.
Ahsoka dies. Sort of. She goes
No,
to
we just ruined the whole episode for everybody.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kidding. That's why it's a spoiler.
she goes
Nerds.
to this special place called the World Between Worlds.
Yes.
Okay. And there she comes across. This was in episode 4, so this is not it. She meets Anakin. Anakin is her master. She was the Padawan of Anakin. There's a whole thing. If you're a Clone Wars fan, you understand. If you're not a Clone Wars fan, not a true Star Wars fan, I'm being honest with you. But during the whole thing, he does like a little flashback thing with her. And she goes, we don't know it's a flashback. She like drops out of the sky. And all of a sudden you see clone troopers running past her. And like my heart just was overjoyed. And I even said, there's the clone troopers.
It was sweet. It was
And
actually
then
sweet.
out of the fog walks not Ahsoka, old Ahsoka, but young Snips.
And it was so good.
It was
And
so good.
The teenage actress or whatever, I don't know how old she is.
I don't know who she is.
She was so good.
She was so good.
She's perfect. She perfectly
here's what I
got
thought last night.
The Clone Wars Ahsoka.
Here's what I thought last
and
night.
the character.
Here's what I thought. I should call Cody, but I was too engrossed in the show to call you and tell you about it, how excited I was about that moment.
Yeah.
And truthfully, all I want now is that show. I want them to remake the Clone Wars in live action with that girl.
Honestly, Disney, you have the budget.
Listen,
Make it happen.
Disney, we know Hayden Christensen's career is like nowhere.
I
So,
went to
like,
Galaxy's Edge.
He needs this.
I did Smuggler's Run. I know you have the money to make a live action Clone Wars. Just do it, please.
I think that's what everybody is going to say.
You can't. How can you walk away from that scene and not go, "This would have been so much better"? And Hayden Christensen, I guarantee he's in.
But here's the best part.
guarantee he'd be
Here's the
in.
best part. If you watch the show, you know that the clone troopers who were running past her in part of the scenes were her special Ahsoka troopers that had their face painted like her.
Yeah.
Which comes from episode 6. Season 6 of Clone Wars.
Here's what. Okay, I'll say this. I'd be fine if
Epic.
we don't have multiple seasons of the Clone Wars redone. You just take the best, most crucial episodes from the Clone Wars and make them into one elongated.
We don't need all that.
None of this 10-episode crap. I'm so tired of this.
Yeah.
Okay? Give me more than 10 episodes.
I'd be okay if they redid it and put Cad Bane back in it.
Oh,
mean-
we already have live-action Cad Bane, which was amazing.
He needs to be a little bluer, but other than that, yeah.
More blue?
He was not. Yeah,
Think
he
more
needed to be
blue?
more blue. Yeah, he was like.
More blue?
Yeah, they tried to make him more
Okay.
realistic, but he needed more. blue.
I feel like they didn't do a bad job with Cad Bane.
No, they did worse with their characters.
Yeah.
The
I'd
we-
like
the-
to see
the
a
weird-
younger Cad
The
Bane.
weird Inquisitor with the weird egg-shaped head. They didn't do so hot with him, but
No, but I mean, yeah,
they did good with the other one.
we do have proof that they can do things really well live action.
I think
with Ahsoka,
I
though.
think the moment like listen, Ahsoka's been it's a slow show. It's very slow, but the parts they do well make it worth it.
I will say, I think that probably some of the best lightsaber scenes we've seen since the prequels.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot
honestly,
of lightsabers.
so
I
good.
like some lightsaber scenes.
I mean, that's why you watch Star Wars. I want to see you dice some droids up with a laser saber. Okay, just make it happen, Captain.
yeah, well, that's what I want.
Yeah. And like I love that they're sticking to the heart of what makes Star Wars, and makes it the best sci-fi. I love that they're bringing those elements back. Like
Right.
Balin is great. Like I think he's a good. I think what we're gonna find is he's not super.
They're saying
evil.
he's not a Sith. He's just a dark Jedi.
They're saying he's a fallen Jedi.
Yeah,
But they're also
but that's
saying
kind
that
of
he's not like
isn't that
evil.
a Sith though?
But we're all thinking this is all nefarious. We think this is all nefarious. I think we're gonna find out. Who do you think?
He's got an orange saber. It's not necessarily
Yeah.
red.
No, it's not. And they did that on purpose. They said.
There was a moment though in the episode where I don't know that anybody picked up on it but me, because I even said something. Producer Mark was there, where during the flashback scenes, Anakin runs ahead of Ahsoka into the fog, following the troopers, and as he goes into the fog, his blue saber flashes red. Yeah, it was epic.
And they do the outline of Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was epic.
It was amazing.
And then later,
They do the
he
same
comes
thing.
back and he starts flickering back
Did you
to
hear
Vader.
that? Did
It's
you
like
hear that
so insane.
ventilator? That
Yeah, it was crazy.
as he's walking back through the fog
yeah.
into the in between. That was amazing.
And we know Darth
Nuts.
Vader is a Michigan fan, so go blue.
Yeah,
Because he's from Michigan, so it's good.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, my greatest fact in life is that. So
Voice actors from you.
we took our Italian foreign exchange student to the University of Michigan to our first game. I said, "Listen, Darth Vader is going to do the intro to the highlight reel," and of course James Earl Jones gets on there and is like, "This is Michigan," and it's like I was like, "That's Darth Vader," and I don't know if she was excited as I was, but I was very excited.
Well, she's probably used to the Italian version of
Yeah.
Darth Vader, so it probably sounds
It
different.
needs to be like, "This is Michigan." Yeah, but
That was,
whatever.
Honestly, I will say this. Every Star Wars. Okay, I will say this. They have not disappointed with the Star Wars series. They haven't. I don't agree with people who are like just diluting it. The Star Wars series have all
Andor was
checked,
good.
They have
Obi-Wan
all
was good.
checked different boxes.
Mandalorian was good. Okay, Book of Boba
Right?
Fett, the worst one.
Yes, it's the worst one, but it still wasn't bad. Like I can't
No,
say that it was
So,
bad.
okay, now,
Power
I can tell you-
Rangers,
I can
the
tell you
Power
how-
Rangers and Boba Fett. Yes, that was garbage.
That was awesome. I
the
disagree.
Mark
multicolored
loved it.
Power Ranger bikes roll down the street, I'm sorry
Go,
that I can't
Power
forgive that. I
Rangers.
can't forgive that.
I literally did a TikTok where I overlaid the Power Rangers theme song
Yeah.
to them coming out, and it worked great. It
Yeah,
literally
it
looked
would.
like an episode of Power Rangers.
It would.
It was Power Rangers Star Force.
Might as well be in Captain Planet.
Yeah, that's
but
basically what it was.
I think Book of Boba Fett is the worst one, right?
It is, but then once again, still entertaining television. Still was good Star Wars content. I anytime you give me more Boba Fett, I'm going to be happy because
They turned Boba
Arguably-
Fett into a sissy. That's the problem.
they yes and no because those dude, you cannot tell me Boba Fett riding in on a Rancor was not one of the coolest
I mean,
things
that
that's
is cool.
happened in the Star Wars universe.
That is pretty cool.
That's a legendary thing that happened. And honestly, it was great that Din Djarin joined him. That was cool too.
Here's the problem. I kind of glad sometimes that the writers are on strike because I feel like the writers mess up our favorite things.
They do.
Like,
we want to be all creative.
Just let one fan write the show. Just let Dave Filoni.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, Dave Filoni's Star Wars is
Dave
better than
Filoni
George
gets
Lucas's
us.
Star Wars.
I feel like
I'm going to say that.
Yeah,
Dave
100%.
Filoni's Star Wars is better than George
Yeah.
Lucas's. I love George Lucas because he created Star Wars. What a mastermind. But he lost his way. Dave Filoni picked it up and ran with it.
Yeah.
And you
Really
gotta love that.
understood the depth of the nerdism that is Star Wars. Like understood how much you need to know about Star Wars to really write and craft.
But can I
good
tell you
Star
my
Wars
favorite
content.
meme I saw yesterday for
Yes.
Ahsoka?
Yeah, I want to see.
They fit the Death Star inside of the jump ring, and it's just another Death Star. Like they can't get away from creating Death Stars and star killer planets. Like, they just can't. They basically create another giant circle. Like, what is it with giant circles in Star Wars? Can we at least not have a triangle?
I don't know. I mean,
circles are just
or a diamond.
The force is the ultimate circle of life. So, I mean,
I don't know. It's everything's circular.
Maybe there's some symbolism there.
I don't know, but it's.
I mean, it fits though. When didn't you kind of think, oh, is this gonna be the Death Star? Like, is that?
Yeah,
what
I was
that,
kind of
did
like,
you
oh,
think it
here
was
we go again.
Like, oh, okay, but like you see the silhouette, and you're like, it's a Death Star. That's like, I know every fan was like, we're seeing another Death Star.
Yep.
They're like, it's big. I even Hu Yang even said the line like, well, it's not it's not a moon. It's something else. Like, and you're like, okay, it's the Death Star.
Yep.
But it wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
It's a big old circle.
Well, that's Ahsoka. So I'm excited about episode 6.
Rogue One too. Remember the big giant planet shield? That was a big old circle too.
Everything's a circle.
Everything's a circle. Star Wars.
Everything that can kill you or stop you, circular.
Yeah. Circle Wars.
Yeah. Star circles.
Star circles.
I mean, I guess a star is a circle, basically. Yeah, so that's Ahsoka. We can talk more about Ahsoka next week. I'm excited. How many episodes is this season? If it's only 6, I'm going to be furious.
It can't be.
Because like they're basically going to get there, and then you're going to
brought in
see
the Purgles.
You're going to see Ezra, or and then it's going to be over.
And I love that they brought in the Purgles.
Yeah, the space whales.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly,
there are 8 episodes scheduled.
8 episodes.
So we got 2 left.
Yeah.
Thank you,
okay,
you, producer Mark, for using.
Or no, 3 left. Is there 3? No.
We just had 5.
Next
so
episode,
3
they
more.
arrive. In the last episode, they're going to come across Ezra. I know it. They're going to save that for season 2, which we're going to hate because we're going to have to wait 18 months. So, all right. So we talked enough about that. Let me talk about another show, and then I got some other stuff non-show related. Stranger Things just came out and said,
"Well, this is
season 4." Have you watched Stranger Things?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you better. So, Stranger Things is by far best show on Netflix.
Duffer Brothers are geniuses.
It's best show on Netflix. Could be the best created content on streaming.
Best favorite show. Creepy Days. Best favorite show.
I don't know if I can't say it's my favorite show. It's the best show though. Like, it is the best show. Like, I like Star Wars better. I just do. But like, Stranger Things is the best created show.
Can I say this? There are some. It's hard for me because there are some really incredible dark horse shows on Netflix that do not get enough publicity.
There are some good shows, but
there
not
are some
Stranger Things.
excellent shows.
Listen, that scene in
you cannot tell me that The Last Kingdom is not up there in some of the best shows that have ever been made.
I love Last Kingdom.
It was so good.
But you know what Last Kingdom doesn't have that Stranger Things does? A 2.5-hour season 4 finale.
They have a movie
with a medal. That movie was terrible. Let's not even go into that. How terrible that movie was.
Don't you start.
That movie was so bad.
It's just different. It's different. It's like apples to oranges. You can't really compare.
Has a heavy metal 1980s Dungeons and Dragons
that's true.
role playing guy with the guitar fending off flying demons in the air, and has the epic soundtrack to go along with it.
Yeah, I agree.
It is a moment.
I will say that
cinematic.
The songs of the summer and the
history.
fall are dictated by Stranger Things. They just are.
They are.
Like, nobody knew those.
None
of these kids that are watching Stranger Things knew any of these songs before the Duffer Brothers exposed us all to them. I knew Metallica. I grew up with Metallica. I like Metallica. I love that they played Master of Puppets. It was so good, and it was such a good nod to 80s
But let me talk about
nostalgia.
season 5, which is what I was trying to talk about. Ready?
Okay, well, tell me about season 5.
They said season 5's finale is going to blow season 4's finale out of the water.
Here's my problem, though, okay?
Does that not make you excited for Stranger Things 5?
Yes, it does,
Season
but
5?
it also makes me like, okay, how are you going to top season 4's finale?
I don't know. That was epic.
Because
there's some shows that just like they just live on too long. And honestly,
it's like Game of Thrones.
I would have said I wanted more Last Kingdom until they made the movie, and then I'm like, I'm done with it. That movie was terrible.
I'll give it to you.
I even watched the first part of the movie. I was like, oh, these shots are just so. The cinematic shooting of the movie was so much different than the series, and I was like, this is dumb.
But I mean, the series.
And then they replaced people, and I hate when they do that.
The series was amazing.
The series was.
You have to say like. That's what I'm saying is like there are so many.
In my world, the movie didn't happen. Uhtred still is in Bebbanburg.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm going revisionist
like,
history.
Uhtred's in
That movie
Bebbenberg.
doesn't need to exist. They need to remove it from Netflix and say
Do you
we're
know what?
sorry.
You know what though? You
We're
know why they
sorry.
had to have the
Uhtred's
movie?
still alive.
Do you know why they had to have the movie? Because Uhtred was finally happy.
Yeah. So let's ruin that
Talk
guy's
about
life.
the guy that we just are trying. Like, you got to feel bad for that character.
Yeah,
Just because
no, I'm going back to
every
Uhtred.
time
Uhtred.
something good happened, you're like, Uhtred, it was just going to blow up. And it's like, they ended on a high note, and they're like, we got to make a movie so Uhtred's miserable again.
Yeah, no, it's like I don't
The
need
ending,
another
I did
William
cry at
Wallace.
the ending. I'm not even going to lie to you. I did cry at the ending.
Why?
Oh, so good.
I think I cried the whole way through the movie because I was like, this is so bad.
Okay, that's.
Did these
this
guys
is
even
so-
watch
Why
the-
did they ruin
Did
this
these guys
show?
even watch the show?
I mean, the ending was great, though. The ending was great.
Here's the thing. My wife doesn't even like those type of shows, but she got it. I got her in The Last Kingdom, and she loved it because it's such a good show.
so good.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Last Kingdom is a great show.
It's a show on Netflix.
Like
it's a period piece.
we're not paid to advertising this stuff. We're just saying these things because like they're things that we like. And honestly,
We want to be.
I mean, Last Kingdom, if you're listening,
Netflix, please talk to us.
Duffer Brothers,
Yeah.
drop a line.
It's set in 900s. It's like it's based on real history. They use a fake character named Uhtred to tell actual history.
Yeah.
Like, the real history around what's happening is real, but it's a fake character that's kind of making.
Yeah,
it all
Uhtred is
happen.
amazing, but I do love how they have
Here's
the real
best
characters
thing
in it.
here's the best thing in the movie. At the end of the movie, they showed real day Bebbenberg. So, like I was like,
They did, yeah.
I was like, oh, that
And
saved.
wasn't that cool?
That saved my
It
hour
was
and a
cool
half
too
of
because
wasted
you go like,
life.
you're like, oh yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
anyways, I like that, but that's cool. I'm glad. Stranger Things season 5. Here's my problem.
Let me find the quote.
when you say things like that though, doesn't it set you up for failure? Because like that's such a subjective thing. What if I want like okay,
Let's find the news.
I
Here
gotta
you go, here
say
you go.
if it doesn't exceed season 4, it's a failure now,
Yeah.
right? Like don't set yourself up for that. That's like when your friend goes like, "This is the best restaurant you've ever been to."
They
man.
just
Oh, it's
released
amazing."
a
And you go, it's like,
trailer
it's okay.
4 hours ago today. I haven't
Oh,
even
man.
seen it yet. We're gonna have to watch that after the show. They
Yeah.
said it was gonna be epic.
Yeah.
Like, it's the final season. It's the final season, and it's gonna be insane with major cinematic storytelling. As long as they don't have anybody that was involved in the Last Kingdom movie as part of it, we're probably good. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but and it's like the Duffer Brothers have made and crafted excellent storytelling, excellent storylines, great characters.
I love it.
I mean, maybe they'll pull it off.
Who's your favorite character in Stranger Things?
I can't think of his name now because it's been so long since the show's been on. That's the problem. That is the
There's
problem
Will.
with Stranger Things is there's too much time between the seasons.
What's the girl's name? Ellen?
No, my favorite is the kid, Keaton Masborough or Mayton or whatever.
11. Not Ellen. Why did I say Ellen? 11. I saw 11 in my mind. I said Ellen.
I mean, yeah,
You like the kid with the teeth?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
The
my
funny one?
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, why don't you know his name?
Dustin.
Are you not a real fan?
It's Dustin.
Yeah.
You knew his name? You knew his name?
No, I'm gonna be honest. You're not a Dustin fan. You're a Hopper fan.
I do like Hopper.
Yeah. You're
Dude,
a
I
Hopper
actually
Cody-
I would say when
Cody's a
Hopper
Hopper.
was
Cody's
in
a
the
Hopper fan.
gulag, all I could think is like, I can't wait to see him like beat the snot out of this animal. Like, it was awesome. I do like Hopper. Hopper. I always have liked David Harbour though. I think he's a good actor.
I like
So,
David Harbour.
I think he's a good actor, and I think he plays that character really well. I think he plays the character of like the
Yeah, I think that's the thing
beaten
about
up
the show.
alcoholic.
Who's your least favorite?
like smoking, like
Okay.
Is that a compliment
emotionally
or an insult?
abused dad so well. I don't know
He
why.
plays that in a lot of movies, so he's
He does-
pretty good at it.
Like maybe, hey, listen, if you get typecast that much, you have to have look inward. Okay,
You
Listen,
might have a type.
Why do you always get typecast as the smoking alcoholic dad?
Well, he's also Hellboy.
That's
He's
emotionally
also all these
detached.
different characters. So
Yeah.
he's he's kind of the drunk superhero in Black Widow too, isn't he?
yeah. But I mean, he was so good. He was so good.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just I don't know.
Who's
he's
your
one of those
least favorite character?
Oh
See how
man,
many names you know in characters.
I don't know. Finn Wolfhard's character. He's gotten a little bit like whiny, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, lemon doesn't love me. Okay. Like, get over yourself. Like, I
don't like Will. I never have. If he's
yeah.
honestly, I'm
Will should have stayed in the Upside Down.
I probably
Why did he go
like,
save that kid? What a jerk.
I would have saved him the first time because he's my friend. The second time, after
time,
he got
dude.
super weird,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
So, like, well, season 5 is going to be great. Let's talk about something else.
I've got a segment. You ready? Let's talk about funniest things your kids have ever said to you. What's the funniest thing your kids have ever said to you? I have a couple.
I don't know.
Yesterday, Bethany is just explaining to Blaze that we're doing a garage sale, and Blaze is understanding. He's nodding. And Bethany says, "We're going to get rid of some of your toys, buddy. We're going to sell them, and it's going to be the ones you don't play with, and we're going to use some of that money, and we'll get you a new toy. So why don't you go in your room and pick out some toys that you don't like or that you don't play with as much, and we'll sell those, and we'll get you some new toys." And he goes, "Okay, Mommy. I'm going to go get some toys. I know which ones I don't play with." So he proceeds to go to his bedroom. He rustles around, comes back out with handfuls of his sister's toys and places them right in front of Bethany. It says, "Here you go, Mommy." And she said, "Buddy, those are your sister's toys." And he's like, "Well, I don't play with them."
Right. Yeah.
I'm like,
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You told me this last night. I thought it was hilarious. That's last night when you told me. So,
like that kid gets it. He gets it. And he's got his ornery grin on his face too. He knew exactly what he was doing.
I think this segment is more about let me just tell a story about my kids and call it a segment.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's okay.
I mean, but what's the funniest thing your kids? Your daughter had a really funny thing she said about Lord of the Rings when you guys were watching that.
I mean, yeah, that was a long time ago. We were watching Lord of the Rings, and they kill a lot of people and they cut a lot of heads off. And my daughter looks at me, and she was 4, and she says, "Daddy, the fastest way to kill somebody is cut their head off." And I was really proud in that moment. I was like, "Yeah, you're right. You figured it out. That's how you kill Uruk-hai." And then my wife looked at me from the kitchen with a death glare, like, "I'm going to cut your head off."
Great. What a hot take from Kylie Ann.
Yeah, but they still love Lord of the Rings to this day. So I think I did well with that.
True.
She hasn't cut anybody's heads off that I know of.
I
don't
think it actually affected her to that level.
No. I think it was just good fun.
I think it's probably good for her to know that if an orc invasion happens, the easiest way to kill them is cut their heads off. There you go.
Well, transitioning to children, we take care of those young ones amongst us. Let's talk about something I want to call Twig Ethics.
Twig Ethics.
Twig Ethics. Here's why I call it Twig Ethics. Producer Mark has a new cat named Twig.
I know.
It's a baby.
I know.
He found it in the wood pile at your house.
Twig pile. Yeah.
Pile of twigs.
Pile of twigs.
So I named it Twig. It's kind of spot on name there. Way to go.
Right on the nose.
So here's the thing. He revealed to us last night that Twig is stolen from its mom. It has a mom.
Wow.
The mom is not dead, did not get hit by a car. It had a brother or sister. He didn't take the brother or sister. He literally just snatched up this little tabby cat.
So he catnapped it.
He catnapped it, yeah. He catnapped this cat like a couple days old.
Catnapped it with catnap.
And then he's been
Not
basically been milking this thing to make it go poop. Because like he's worried. He's worried like it's got to have to take it to the vet. And I'm like, "Well, that's so sad." And he's like, "Well, no, it has a mom." But I took it. I'm like, "Is that ethical?" To take the cat from the mom?
I don't know. I think
it didn't need to be taken.
I feel like it was a devastating experience for that cat.
Yeah, producer Mark. What are the ethics behind this?
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, Mark could explain this to us.
We've had enough cats die via the road next to our house. I figured remaining outdoors was not a safe location for this cat to be.
But you left its brother or sister outdoors.
We went to get it, but it ran away in the woods.
You left it you made it run away from its mom?
I didn't make it run away.
It's worse. Twig Ethics here. What do you think? I would hope listeners would weigh in this in the comments. Like, is this ethical to take a cat from its mother?
I don't know. I feel like
is Mark providing a better life for this cat?
I don't know. I mean, from his perspective, but what about Twig's perspective?
Yeah, I think from Mark's perspective, he's very happy with this cat.
In the arms of an angel.
In the arms of an angel.
That's
Fly
what I feel like. I
away
feel like that's what we
from here.
did. We just become. Did we just become an infomercial for PETA?
I think PETA's probably like rolling over.
I
right
no
now.
way
It's great.
endorse PETA. No way endorse PETA.
Mark's probably like really sad right now. I'm sorry, Mark. Are you really sad that we think you?
I don't think I was a monster, but
You're-
now I'm questioning.
Now he's questioning.
myself.
Yeah.
Now you can't
I'm
put
glad
the
that
cat
you're
back because it's got
questioning
your.
everything about
You've
yourself.
been
I
licking
am.
it to make it go poop.
No,
so like it's got your human scent all
I
over
have
it.
not been.
That's disgusting.
I have not.
That's
They
what he
need
told me they have to do.
Kittens,
That's so gross.
Newborn kittens need.
He has to like lick its hair and
No.
stuff.
I
to
don't
make it-
even. I don't want to know.
Here's what it is.
If you do it, don't tell people. Like
New-
that's one of those things. Like if your buddy comes to you and says like, "Hey," like, don't tell anybody. Do not tell anybody else you did that. Like
newborn kittens
Yeah.
need help going to the bathroom by their mothers. So the mother cat
this is
does
information.
lick. I did not do that. I used toilet paper, but he was old enough where he could go to the bathroom on his own. He just was getting
I feel
familiar
like
with the area.
We're gonna have to put a disclaimer on this podcast because the listeners don't want to be assaulted in their ear holes.
So-
by that
I don't want people
information.
thinking I'm looking at a cat.
This isn't even a 2-day-old cat. It's a newborn cat.
no,
He took a
this
newborn-
thing's 5 weeks old.
Oh, dude. You saw it be given birth?
How do you know it's 5 weeks
How do you know
old?
it's 5 weeks old?
I have been looking up
Did you
how
cut
to
it open and count the rings?
Yeah, I counted the rings on the cat. Listen, I did research on like how to tell. It's probably roughly 4 to 6. I think it's 5 because I've had it for a few days, and that's around the time when they can figure out that type of stuff
Is
on
this
their
cat
own.
math?
They start getting playful at this age. Like this is all sorts of stuff. I've looked
I
up
know
a bunch of stuff.
this cat's eyes probably weren't even open yet.
No, they were. The
Like,
eyes
come
were
to me,
open.
child.
I mean, listen. Okay,
I am
listen,
the
I'm not a
father.
huge fan of cat. I'm a dog person, but this cat is cute. I'll give it to him. Like the cat's cute. I'll say it. I don't like cats. Just because it's cute doesn't mean I have to like it.
Mark looked into a pile of twigs and was like, I'm going to do something extremely unethical and take you from your mother
Yeah.
because you're so cute.
Glad mommy's not around.
Do you know people go to, do you know humans go to prison for that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
The authorities stole my children this morning.
So what's the verdict? Am I a monster?
I don't know.
I think
Let us
so.
know in the comments.
I think we need to put a
Is
poll up.
Mark a monster?
Is Mark a monster
or
for
is he a
taking a
good
kitten out of the wild?
human who has saved this wild cat
Yeah.
from impending
We've
death?
lost so many cats by that road. Like not our own cats, but cats that are in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just it's questionable.
I
It's
mean, that's
questionable.
nature.
Mark
nature,
has a
nature took
Mark
that from
has
there,
a cat.
but Mark,
thing.
you willingly did it.
He has a cat thing, and I have a feeling
He does.
like he basically excised all the cat stuff in his life because he knew he had a cat addiction.
Oh, in middle school is a problem.
And now he's basic. This is like a drug addict.
Yeah.
This is like drug addict saying, "Yeah, I had a problem with heroin for a long time, but now I'm just going to do crack cocaine,
Yeah. Yeah. That's basically it. Yeah.
and I'm not going to have a problem this time."
Yeah. I'll be fine. I can casually.
Instead of talking about it,
I
I'm
can
gonna
casually
do it.
partake in
I'm
cocaine.
going to predict right now. It is September the 13th,
It is.
2023. By September the 13th, 2025, Mark's going to have at least 3 cats.
At least probably. I mean, knowing cat people, that's probably gonna be. That's not great math.
Yeah.
That is actually gonna be more.
3
like
cats
11.
just laying on his chest
Maybe
at a
11.
time while he's
Yeah.
watching Ahsoka.
Yeah, at a time,
Season
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
That's not counting the other ones around
He's
his house.
gonna live somewhere else. But yeah,
he's gonna have to. He's not gonna live with you
Yeah,
anymore.
I told him one cat is one cat is over the threshold. Okay.
You're gonna go to visit Marcus, like the cat corral.
He's gonna be like, "You want to come over to my house?" And it's just gonna be scratching posts and like
Oh, he's gonna have
fuzzy
cat
towers
hair
all over the
him,
place.
Cat hair all over him.
The wall is just one
He's got-
scratching
but
post.
all of his walls are carpeted. Like,
We're gonna come in for meetings, and Mark's gonna be like,
I did lick another cat's butt this morning.
"Oh, Mark, we were just being silly." All right, speaking of other
Bottom line, I'm a monster.
speaking of other cat people, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. He's got to be a sure for sure cat
Oh, A-Rod.
person. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers on Monday night. Did you see the intro to the Jets game?
Dude, it was. He
It's
came
September
in,
11th
he
in New
came
York
in,
City.
holding that American flag like I am the new
It was
king of
crazy.
town.
It was
This
crazy.
is happening.
We gotta say it for people to see it. He
Oh,
literally comes out of the tunnel. They have the lights off. It's down. Music blaring. They got a huge tunnel all the way
And
across the
can
field.
I just say disclaimer before any of this? I have never ever. It's terrible when you see professional athletes get.
Well, we're not talking about that part yet.
Yes,
Let's
but
get
I'm
there.
saying,
Let's
like,
get there. Let's get there. So he's in the tunnel. He's coming out. He is the savior of New York City.
Oh, Jets fans
are
have
gonna
not
win
had
the
this
championship
much
this
hope.
year. And they got a great quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is arguably a great quarterback. No question. Probably go in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
So
first ballot.
It's
He
like
will be a
getting
first
Tom
ballot
Brady.
Hall of Famer.
It's like when the Bucks got
shoe-in.
Tom Brady. He comes running across the field holding this flag like he is like Joe American, right? Yeah. And he runs across the field. People are going nuts. They can't wait to win the Super Bowl this year. And it's going to be their
like,
year.
Jets are going. Jets are going, man.
So the game starts. His first drive of the game, fourth play, he goes down, blows out his Achilles. Yeah. That's it. He's done for the year. Yeah. They paid him a bunch of money. So, and that's it. That's all. The hope's gone. And honestly, it's got to be, if you're him, the most embarrassing thing.
This is how bad a person I am. The first thing I thought was, I'm so glad I benched him on my fantasy team this week.
Did you?
That's literally.
Did you draft him?
Yeah, I drafted him because I was like, yeah. He was late in the picks. Like nobody picked him up, and I'm like, who? Why didn't anybody pick up Aaron Rodgers?
Nobody picked him up because they all knew he was going to blow out his
and
Achilles.
I'm really glad I didn't play him this week.
But here's the crazy thing: 2.5 hours before the game, somebody on X, which was Twitter, posted, "Oh great!
Oh my!
Aaron Rodgers is good in 2.5 hours.
Blow out his
He's going to blow out his Achilles in the football game on the turf," and he did. That's insane. Yeah. And the issue is, Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old. Yeah. He's old to be playing. I'm older than he is, but like your body doesn't hold up the way he is. My brother blew out his Achilles at 42, and that's kind of made me really not want to do any more sports because it was a horrible year for my brother. Yeah. I can't imagine what pain Aaron's going to have to go through to rehab this thing. Oh, my God. If he'll ever play again. Like, he's going to be 40.
He's just retired.
Now he's blew out his Achilles. Like, who's going to want him? And will the Jets even want him? They paid him a bunch of money. So, like, he's living high on his money.
I just love that the first thing everybody says is Tom Brady has the chance to do the funniest thing any quarterback's ever done.
Oh, yeah.
Come out of retirement
and join
play
the Jets.
for the Jets. Win a Super Bowl with the Jets.
And show Aaron who's the boss.
Oh, man.
So this is really about, we're not making fun of Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people have taken the opportunity. Like, we don't want to do that. But I think the bigger issue is, one, the X comment was crazy.
It was nuts.
And so, like, someone had predicted that. But it really calls into question a big issue right now in sports, turf. Like, there's a huge issue with turf right now.
Oh, Brian Ferguson and I had this conversation yesterday. He's like, get rid of turf. And I'm like.
Turf is hurting a lot of people. It was supposed to help.
Here's the question, though. Here's the question. Is it the turf?
Is it that a 39-year-old man should be retired?
Yes, and I get the conversation. Like professional soccer teams, they won't even play on turf now because
you're looking at my notes. Yeah. Don't look at my notes.
No, I'm not.
You steal my bits over here.
No, I already know. Like, no, I'm not stealing bits. Like, I'm just telling you. Like, wait, what is that on there?
That's my bit.
Did you put that on there?
That's my bit.
I mean, but really, yeah. I mean,
here's
it's funny because I literally had this conversation.
Lionel Messi does not want to play on turf. He in his contract with Inter Miami, he put in there he is not going to play on turf fields, only on natural grass.
But
because
did you play on turf? I played on turf.
No, we had natural grass at Michigan.
No, but I'm saying, but you played games on turf.
The old turf, the scratchy
AstroTurf.
Yeah, AstroTurf.
Okay, synthetic turf is way different and it's better.
It's better than AstroTurf.
It's way better.
It's not better than natural grass.
And I'm sorry, like we had a turf field.
Here's why everybody went to turf.
And it was so much better.
Here's why everybody went to turf. Because they got tired of maintaining fields.
They did, yeah.
And it was expensive. That's why high schools did it too.
Yeah.
A $700,000 field once every 10 years is cheaper than the constant maintenance they have to do and take care of these fields and repair them. It just is.
I mean, it's much more expensive than $700,000.
Well, it was years ago. Now it's way more. But
I think ours was $4.9 million.
No, fields aren't that much.
No, we had half of it was sponsored by. I'm not kidding. Half of it was sponsored by Pepsi. Half of it was sponsored by Ashland University, and it was crazy
turf
expensive.
Doesn't cost that much.
It was crazy expensive.
Maybe they did other things, but that wasn't turf.
Yeah.
That's still not turf price. So
it's expensive though.
Maybe in the big leagues, but not in the high schools. But anyways. So Messi won't play on turf because he doesn't want to get hurt. Because Messi is 36. No, he's 38, right? Lionel Messi is 38. And Mark, can you find out how old Messi is for us?
Yep. I mean, it's not.
He's old though. Like he's an old soccer player, and he doesn't want to get hurt. He came over to the U.S. He's like, I don't want to play on your turf fields.
36.
He's 36. He doesn't want to go get hurt. He doesn't want to go blow out his Achilles because if he does, he's done. And this could be one of his greatest seasons ever. He won the World Cup for the first time. They just won a huge competition. They won the Copa America. Like
I wouldn't.
Like he could come back and ultimately win the MLS.
I mean, here's the deal, and all of us like sitting at our desks, like, like here's the deal. It's not our living. Like these guys are making a living playing a sport. Everything matters. It's not like because look at Aaron Rodgers. He got paid. You know, Aaron Rodgers secured the bag. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's rich.
Arguably one of the
State
greatest
Farm
quarterbacks
dropped
of all
him when he
time.
went to New York. Did you know that?
Yeah,
He's no longer.
I didn't know that.
What's his little thing?
Discount double check.
Discount double check.
Discount
yeah.
double check. I didn't know that.
He just got the turf. Just discount double checked him.
Ooh.
Is that
Too soon?
Too soon. Sorry. I apologize, Aaron Rodgers. That was too soon.
That was wow. Shame on you.
I'm gonna discount double check that comment.
But here's the deal. Here's what I think. If you are a professional athlete, you should have a say in that stuff. You're the one playing on it. Like if Messi is like, I don't want to play on turf.
Well, everybody's saying Messi's a sissy because he doesn't play on turf, but like, look what just happened to
How
Aaron
is
Rodgers.
he a sissy? I'm sorry, you're a professional athlete.
Hey, see if Green Bay has turf.
All right.
I don't think
does
Lombardi
Green Bay,
Field does.
I think it might have
I
grass.
think it's natural grass.
I think it's still a grass field.
Most places are going to natural grass. Even ones that had turf are getting rid of turf and going to natural grass because it's
Mark, did you find
safe.
out?
The Packers use a combination of real Kentucky bluegrass and synthetic fibers. The latter composes about 3% of the field, and the synthetic blades are stitched in the sand layers.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking that's probably for lines. That's probably for their lines.
Lines, maybe.
Yeah. Because then you don't have to pay. I mean, that's smart. There's a lot of teams that do that, and then they're mowing and taking care and maintaining.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
a
Kentucky
problem.
bluegrass is grass.
Oh, yeah, it's 3% every 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Every 3/4.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. The blades are stitched into the sand layers through the Kentucky bluegrass blades every 3/4 of an inch. Oh, but the total field, like, it's 3% of the whole field.
Well,
So
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
just a small
Okay.
percentage of it throughout the field.
I mean, that's kind of impressive because that must be
I
that
just
must be a
learned that you
tough
could
process.
stitch synthetic grass into actual grass. I didn't know that.
Who wants that job? That sounds tedious.
I don't think they do
I mean,
it on their
I
hands
bet
and
you
knees.
I bet you there's a machine that does it, but I'm
No.
I'm sitting there envisioning a guy just sitting there going, boop,
This is what I do for a
boop,
living.
and
I
he's
stitch
got
grass.
he's got a ruler and he's just 3/4 of an inch, boop,
3/4.
boop.
Do you know how long that would take?
Dude, that'd be so bad. I just or I just envision an entire football field of grandmas with knitting needles. Just that's actually
What if
bad.
they lost their needle though?
Oh no!
No, I dropped my needle. Oh, there goes Aaron
But
Rodgers.
it's comical to think. I don't know the scientific process of stitching turf into actual grass,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it's
I'm
something like that.
actually gonna probably watch a video on it later today just to find out.
Please tell. I will die if it is a bunch of grandmas just out on the
I
field
doubt it's
stitching
grandmas.
grass. That would be great though. That'd be great.
But it could be immigrants.
That's good
Let's be
content,
honest.
though.
Let's be
Let's
honest.
be honest.
That's the American way. It could be immigrants. So we'll see.
That's so terrible, but it's so true.
We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out if it's grandma's seasonal workers or a machine. But I have a feeling it's a machine that they use.
Let's talk about my next segment. Have Marvel
You
movies.
didn't even prepare any segments.
I did. I already wrote them down.
We already talked about this at the beginning. You didn't prepare
Hey,
any segments.
listen. I am prepared. Listen. Have Marvel movies
Yes, they're
ruined
bad
the
now.
box office? Have they done that? Have they ruined?
I think a better
box
question is
offices?
why are they saying they're going to make a She-Hulk season 2?
I don't hate that. I know you don't agree. I know most people will hate me for this, but I didn't hate She-Hulk. I actually liked it. I did.
It just wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't that good. But honestly, how much TV do you watch that's probably not that good? I mean, there's a lot.
I really don't watch any TV.
If it's Marvel, Star Wars,
I don't have the life that you
Vikings,
have to have all that TV time.
I watch it.
So
Yeah,
I don't have that TV time.
But okay,
I
think
watch
about this.
Ahsoka.
Think about this. What standard comedies are out there right now? There's not comedies anymore. Name a show. Name a show.
I'm gonna tell you.
No, name a
I'll tell
show
you
that's an
best
actual comedy.
Best comedy family show right now on TV. You ready?
Yeah.
Neighborhood.
Is that the one with Max Greenfield and Cedric the Entertainer?
Yes, it's so good.
Is it fun?
It's
I've seen
so
seen
good.
like snippets. It looks
It's
funny.
a white guy moves to LA to an all black neighborhood, and
He's not like he's like
they
an
become like
ex-Marine or
best
something.
friends.
That's
And
funny.
he is from Kalamazoo, Michigan. He's from the zoo, And it's
Which
just
just
funny.
makes
It's
it so
good.
much better. It makes
It's
it so
good.
much better.
They talk about real life, like cultural issues that we have, and they talk about it in a healthy way. And I just think it's a great show.
Yeah.
Cedric the Entertainer is just a really funny guy, and the other guy is just hilarious too. So it really works. I like it. It's a great show to fall asleep to at night. I don't really watch shows unless I put it on to go sleep, and like I fall asleep, but then I go back to it because it's not continual. Like you need to watch one episode and understand.
No, it's like your standard sitcom. It doesn't necessarily
like everyone stands on its own. So you could just I just grab a show and watch it. You can rewatch them. They're funny. It gets funnier as you rewatch it.
There used to be dozens of comedies that would come out every fall.
Yeah,
there's just not. I mean, think about it. There's just really
because
not.
I really honestly think our people have gotten stupider.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Well, and not just that, but people have forgotten things that were culturally funny or references that are made. Like our producer Mark over here, it doesn't get half of the references or jokes we make about shows or movies because there's a whole generation that I think really didn't participate in media in the same way that we did
because of COVID.
I don't think it's COVID. I think it goes back further than that. They were consuming YouTube in massive quantities, and they weren't really watching cable.
I think for Mark, that's probably true. A lot of YouTube cat videos.
I watched 4 hours of Nyan Cat.
I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat.
Sitting.
And a dance, and a dance. That's Mark's favorite video.
Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dance.
I mean, that's basically.
He probably has never seen it.
I have seen that.
He's seen that.
I watch it every morning to pump me up for work.
He's at least 4,000 of the 14 billion views.
Here's what
5,000.
Listen, I was
Listen,
really.
don't
let's talk about YouTube. I tried to show my foreign exchange student double rainbow all the way across the sky.
She didn't get it, did she?
Well,
and she was distracted, but like she really wasn't into it, and I was really upset because like it's super funny.
It was a different time of humor on YouTube. That was like original humor.
Can we just talk
My
about
son
YouTube?
didn't like it. Didn't find it funny either.
I'd like to bring awareness. This segment is called Bringing Awareness.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to bring awareness to something.
The
Devastating feeling. Full on double rainbow. When you go to show somebody a video that you find very funny.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about how offensive it is when they don't respond or they just respond with a thumbs up? Like you basically
let me say this.
Slapped me across the face.
Here's the thing.
Because
sometimes you send videos that are not funny.
I'm talking about you on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm also talking about Mark. Because I send
Doesn't
videos
he
to
send
you guys.
videos that aren't really that funny sometimes?
Sometimes I don't think they're funny.
I just want you to know
probably the same ones I don't think
it
are
hurts
funny.
me down deep in my soul.
Sometimes I wonder how did you find
I'm
that
sharing a
funny?
part of me with you.
Isn't there?
Because I laughed. I belly laughed at these things.
I think when I send funny
and I
videos,
send
they're
it to you.
actually funny.
See, and I respond even if I don't
Mark,
find it funny.
don't you
I
find
go,
them funny when I send them?
Ha ha ha
Sometimes.
ha! This was
Is
great.
it more than Cody's though? I try to only send something that you actually think is funny.
I send you things.
I
think
send
you
Mark
actually
stuff
think are
just
funny.
because it's research for
But
like
I
a
just-
lot of
social
it
media.
is.
This
I'm digging
segment.
through research.
This segment.
If
brought
I
to you-
text it, it's what I think is funny typically.
This segment.
This segment's
This segment
brought to you
bringing
by
awareness.
Cody thinks he's funnier than he is.
No. I didn't create the content. I didn't create the content. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with I'm sharing a part of myself with you, the viewer. And you're just
and
like,
sometimes I watch those videos.
I'm appreciating it and understanding you find it
or
funny.
how about this?
I feel like
I'm gonna put
sometimes
this
I
in
just
the
need to
same
send you a counselor's
This
recommendation.
is the same. Yeah, probably. This is the same in the same vein of I send you a funny text and you don't respond.
Because I'm working.
No.
Oh, you're talking to Mark?
You send me funny texts.
Oh man, I send him funny texts and he's like, okay.
Listen, texting, I don't know what to do with
Sometimes
texting.
I wonder if he's just mean.
If
He's just mean,
here's
and like
how-
what he's trying to do is hurt me. He's just trying to hurt me.
Here's how
like,
you
and
text
I just
Mark.
go, who did this
If
to
you
you?
want Mark to get it though, here's how I text Mark. Ready?
Send it to him twice.
Meow meow.
Wait.
Meow 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 meow
Meow
meow.
meow 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 meow. Catman. Catman.
What? So Batman says. What does Batman say?
Golly gee, Willikers.
I'm Batman. And he's like,
Batman.
meow, Catman.
Meow, I'm Catman.
Mark was like, how did this episode become about me? This is what happens when Cody doesn't plan segments. So
I become the butt of the joke.
yeah. That's. I got one more thing.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I actually prepared segments. I have 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
did you?
4 segments here. I want to talk about another show about another thing about turf in Europe, but I don't want. It's not related to Aaron Rodgers, so
Okay.
we'll just discount, double check that one out of this episode.
Oh. Yep.
All right, all right. Here we go. Question. If you could visit the past, don't be reading my notes.
I can't.
All right. If you could visit the past, when and where would you go?
Oh, easy.
When
This
and
is
where?
easy for me. Do you want to answer yours first, or you want me to answer?
No,
mine?
no. I mean, I've already have an answer. So
I would say probably between 800 and 1000 AD.
okay, Last Kingdom. Oh, go Last Kingdom.
No, I would want to go. I would want to be in the Viking Age. I think that'd be awesome.
Last Kingdom. Say like Viking Age.
It's not. No, it's the Last Kingdom is actually you said 900. It's actually closer to like 1100. It's actually after the Danish invasions, and that's when it's set because
The
it's
Last
when
Kingdom's
when
set
England is
right
actually
around
becoming
900,
a
909 is when
Yes.
it starts. Yeah.
so. But yeah, so I would choose that.
830 to 1100 is kind of the Viking settling.
Mhm. Yep.
Start of the.
It's the Viking expansion. So like it's. I mean, I would love that age. I think that would be a fun age just to witness. Like just to witness. If I had to live in that
You
age,
want to witness people being raped and pillaged across
what?
the known world?
No, I just think it's a cool era of history. Why do you have to be so weird all the time? Like
I
you
mean,
need
that
to be
is
banned
the
from-
Viking. That's basically. Have you not seen any
Okay,
Viking
listen,
show?
That is
They
so,
like murder people in their
Listen,
homes.
that is so
Stole their land.
so historically blown out of proportion. Yes,
I guess you'd find
they
out if you went
invaded
there, huh?
and raided just like anybody else, but it wasn't nearly as bad. The stories are always the legends and the stories are always worse than actually the reality of the situation because it wasn't as bad as what they say. They were just farmers who were trying to expand and get land for themselves, and so yes, they were ruthless. and they were
Like
good
killing
fighters.
everyone and taking theirs.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
And they took them slaves.
I'm not saying. I'm
That's
not
not.
making,
That's
listen,
like made up
I'm not
history.
here making a moral case. You asked me what
That's
era
not
of history
made
I
up
wanted to
history.
be in.
I mean-
I gave you an answer. Don't judge my character
Cody's
based on it.
revisionist history here.
I just got done with the History of Rome podcast, where it just goes through like the entire
Yeah.
history of the Roman Empire. Everybody did that type of stuff.
It wasn't just the Vikings.
It was all people. They
England
all
did it too. They just did it with an English accent.
Every region, every tribe, they all did terrible stuff.
I'm going to tell you who didn't do it. America.
That's
No,
right.
I'm just kidding.
That's right.
We know the Americans did.
Uh,
We know the settlers.
Freedom.
we did nothing wrong.
Yeah. All right. So you choose Vikings. All right. You got to pick.
I would,
you gotta
yeah,
pick
I would
a-
say
you
eight.
have to
I would
pick
say
a time.
probably.
You can't pick an age range. You can't pick a range. You pick one day.
one day.
One day you get a 2-hour period.
Oh.
What are you going to go back to history for? Yeah, you can't just I want to visit the Vikings. Tell me the exact moment.
Do I have to participate in that moment, or can I just observe that moment? That's a good question.
You're saying, are you at risk of death?
Yeah. Am I just? Well, yeah. I'm just
You're an
watching this.
observer. You're
Okay.
observer.
I'm just an observer. I have no
Yeah.
risk of death.
The observer.
Or
You're going to
participating.
go back in 2 hours, no matter what.
Okay. I don't know the exact date, but I would say
It's like Ahsoka in the
I would say
the
that-
world.
You
Between
know,
worlds.
do you know when the sons of Ragnar Lothbrok band together? And
That's made up.
That's not made up.
Yeah, Ragnar Lothbrok is not a real character in history.
Yes, he is.
You know that, right?
Uhtred's not. Ragnar Lothbrok.
Ragnar is not
100%.
either.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Ragnar Lothbrok.
He's
100%.
fictional.
No, he's not. You're
All
gonna
right.
feel so
Mark,
dumb when you
Google.
look this up.
Google, Mark.
Ragnar Lothbrok
is not.
is a
I've
real
already looked
person.
it up.
There's
No.
considerable debate.
He's
Yeah.
not. He's not. They don't.
You
he's
can't
not a
say
historical
that.
figure.
There is considerable debate as to whether Ragnar Lothbrok was an actual person.
Yes.
He was born during a time when births and deaths weren't recorded.
You
and the
can't
first
say he's
written
not a real
account to
person,
mention
though.
him,
You don't have any proof.
the first written accounts to mention him were put to paper until at least 350 years after his adventures
Yeah.
took place.
So, you want to unravel that thread? Do you want to pull down that
Yeah.
thread?
So
Do
I'm
you
going to
really?
say verdict
No.
is out. You're basically going to go stand on a hillside that's empty.
I'm not to listen. It's
Cody's
after
going to a-
okay, fine.
fjord.
Whatever. It's after Ragnar's supposed death. I would love to see the battle between where
You have to
Norway
pick it
and
historically
Denmark,
accurate, at least.
where Norway and Denmark banded together to siege Essex and Mercia and Northumbria. That whole battle sequence where they.
You want to go see a battle where
Yeah.
people get
Are
slaughtered?
you kidding
because
me?
they-
Who doesn't want to? Don't make me sound like a bad guy because I
All right.
want to go watch a battle. What do
Yeah.
you want to? You want to go watch somebody
you-
sign a paper?
I'm not making you sound like the bad guy.
I
Put in the
signed your
comments.
paper.
Put in the comments whether you think Cody's a
Okay,
bad
that's
guy.
fine. That's fine. You can. I don't care. Judge me. Judge me. Just
right.
because I want to see
Producer Mark, Producer
a
Mark.
live action movie.
I mean, wouldn't want to see everybody else's pain and
Then
torture.
that's just you.
Mark, what would
That's
you go
just
to?
you. Okay.
One single day. I'm a
2-hour period.
2-hour period.
You can't come back.
As
You will come back.
as a Christian, I feel like seeing the birth of Jesus would be a pretty remarkable sight to see. Sorry, not for the Jesus juke, the JPM on it, but I would be fascinated and intrigued to see that, like,
That's a good one.
that whole.
Birth of Jesus.
He's gonna Jesus juke us. That's why he waited to the very end.
That's why I'm sure he's like, whatever you guys choose.
I know. I mean, I knew that was gonna happen. I didn't care.
So
I stand by my answer.
You can't pick any part.
No,
of
you're
Jesus'
a pastor.
life?
You can't pick anything biblical. You have to pick something else.
Non-biblical.
Oh, do I have to pick
Non-biblical.
something else then?
Yeah.
Do I have to pick something
Yeah.
else?
Non-biblical.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Can I say what my biblical one would be?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yes. I'll say mine then too.
I would like to see the ascension of Jesus.
That's a
Ooh.
good one. That's a
Oh,
good
wow.
one.
'Cause that's what proved he was. This is really proved he was.
Yeah.
God, like if you watched it. Now here I want to add a caveat. If he just like poofed and was gone, then no. Like, but if he's like rose into the clouds, that would be kind of cool. If he poofed and was gone, then I want like the
Yeah,
tomb.
that's fair.
I want the tomb.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What's your okay? If we're going biblical, do you have one?
That's
What's your
I
bib-
literally just said the birth of baby Jesus.
Okay. So I actually have a weird one, but I would love to see the persecution of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'd love to see
Ooh.
that scene.
See, that's not Jesus though.
No,
That's
I
a
said
Bible
it's
one.
biblical.
It could be
That's
the
biblical.
Christophanies. Well, that's
Okay.
the Old
Jesus
Testament. I have a
actually-
different.
Jesus.
Old
Oh, there's another in the fire.
I have a different Old
Oh, yeah,
Testament.
who's
That's
that?
better. I have a different Old Testament's way better. Red Sea, Moses.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
dope.
that would be incredible.
But
to
I
see.
kind of already saw that watching the animated movie Prince of Egypt. One of the greatest of all time.
I mean, to see water actually to be held back,
Yeah, I mean, there's no
and
question.
be there.
and then there'd be 2 hours. You'd still see the fire tornado. So like,
That's
I'd see
actually
the fire
true.
tornado and the
actually true.
Red Sea. Like that's epic.
That's
Kyle
that's
have an
what's
agenda.
crazy
He's
to
got an
me is-
agenda for.
I'm like, yep,
Check
this
this.
is right.
Check
This
this.
is-
Talk.
I mean,
go
yeah,
to him,
if we're talking strictly biblical, yeah, I really think that because to understand that moment, like you go and see monuments and you go and you think they're so huge, they're not as big as you think they are, but it's like in the ancient world, I want to be there. I want to witness that moment where like they stood up and they're like, we're not going to do this. Like, and they stood up for God and they were just like, we're not going to do this. Like, I like that one. If it's a biblical moment,
Yeah. So let me go non-biblical.
non-biblical.
For me, there's lots of history that I would love to see. I mean, some of the options would be like Discovery of America, right? That'd be a cool one. Another one would be like going back to Greece and seeing Aristotle and Plato, right?
Yeah.
Ancient Greece at its height. But I think like going to Rome during the kind of the golden age.
Oh
Rome,
yeah.
the Pax Romana, which is actually during the same time as Jesus too. So
It's true.
yeah, that would be an interesting place to be because that's like the
center-
height of culture and civilization.
No joke. And
It would be epic.
I would love
in
to
Rome
see
at the seat of it
how
all.
much more, because they always say too, like they were way more advanced than we think they were. Like, so
They were.
to see how much more advanced they were, like
Roman
that
baths and aqueducts and you name it. It would be
you just
be
be
crazy.
Like, wow.
so. I do not want to go to
Maybe I
Pompeii.
don't need internet.
I don't want to go to Pompeii. So,
Oh, you don't want to.
yeah. Now here's
There's just so many. There's so many incredible.
Let me end the
moments in
podcast
history.
with this. Let me end the podcast with this. Would it change your location if it was a one-way trip?
No.
Would not change. You'd still go back to the Viking slaughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously. What about you, Mark?
There's a lot of things that we have that we're blessed with nowadays. And I think it'd be a unique challenge to navigate that new adjusted culture if I were to stay. So, long answer, short, yeah.
The question is, would it change your location?
would it
if
change
you
my
had to stay.
location?
Not would you not go? You have to still go.
Right.
I'm not saying I
This-
would survive. By the way, like I'd probably die because
No, you definitely.
like
They'd kill you first.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, yeah, I would stay. That's an incredible period of history. to
Look,
me.
I'd say
pretty boy,
yes.
kill him.
I would say yes, because like you said, the Roman Empire was pretty well established and very like prosperous at the time.
So is that where you're going? Because you never really said where you were going to go.
Oh,
But here's the deal. What? Okay, it changes because you have to know. There's more context. What class would you be staying as? You just dropped in there and you're gonna fend for yourself?
Wizard.
Because it doesn't matter what age of history.
I would be
If you're a
I would be a
peasant,
paladin.
you are
That's
so
my
ruined.
class.
Here,
My
I'm
class
going to
is
tell you what
paladin.
Mark's real answer is. I want to go see Cleopatra because she loved the kittens.
He'd be dropped in Egypt.
I heard Alexandria was nice at the time.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
it
it
was.
was
It was. Let's be honest.
It's very prosperous.
You would look like you, and you would be you. So, yeah. You would
Yeah.
look like you. I mean, I would.
Oh,
like,
that would be terrible because like you wouldn't be speaking the language. I would die quickly. Oh man.
Okay, can I ask this question?
Is that
How much different would we look?
We look like you.
No, I know, but like
compared to them?
compared to them,
I don't seeing the art and the like the design.
I don't know. There's been some good science about.
I mean, if I
how
got
much
dropped,
our
if I just
physical
got
appearance
dropped
has
in Rome
changed.
at the turn of the millennium, they would probably. I don't know. They'd probably be like,
I mean,
that's a,
dude,
that's a big dude.
You drop me and you like. Here's the truth.
They
I'm
probably
not-
worship me.
I'm not humongous. I'm not humongous.
I'd
You're
be
a
like,
big guy.
I'd be like C-3PO and the Ewok.
I mean,
Flora.
but here's
They'd
the
be
deal,
like, that guy is.
Let's talk
special.
about this though.
Why, I
Seriously.
don't know why I
Seriously.
sound like that.
You, that's a weird accent you chose. Way to commit to that, though. Just full send. We are not. I'm not a huge guy.
No.
You're not like
You
a
would be
huge,
big,
huge
you would
guy.
be tall
We would be
for-
bigger than pretty much everybody.
I mean, Napoleon was like 5'4", but and then people say he was little, but no, he was normal size.
no, he's normal size because average height was like 5'5",
I think it was 5'7".
I
No,
would be.
no,
I would
it's
be a
it's
giant.
gone up. It's
No, I
gone
mean
up.
Napoleon's height.
I would be a giant. I'd be a giant.
He is 5'6", which was standard at the time.
Yeah, but I'm a full 7 inches taller than that. See the average height of Romans. I've seen the cast of the people that crawled in Pompeii, and they were tiny. They were tiny because they had lead pipes, and so lead made them all.
Range from
small.
5'4" to 5'7" was the height of the.
Yeah, see, I would be a giant in Rome.
65. Okay, so what's 65.6?
They would. I'm going to be honest. Here's the thing about Rome: they probably would make me a gladiator. I'd probably die.
Dude, that's like 5'5".
Or you'd be the greatest of them all.
5'4", dude. Like 5'5", 5'4". Like,
Yeah, because they're all like 5'7".
We just
They're
gotten bigger.
My wingspan is already bigger than theirs, so it's like, bring it, bro.
Yeah, but and think about like that's the thing too. Think about the knowledge
watch
we
that.
have. Think about the knowledge that we have, dropping us into 1,200 years ago.
But you
1,400
can't
years
communicate with
ago.
anybody.
Yet, but you can learn how to do that, especially when you're enveloped in a culture like that. I mean, you just go like, I know how to do this stuff. Like
culture,
quickly.
you can learn the language fast.
Yeah.
Your brain has to emergency. So you learn in a few months.
Yeah.
You learn how to speak it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's Cody. That's what the Vikings did. That's all the missionaries. They basically kidnapped and stole and enslaved. They all had those. The English monks had to learn the language. Cody's seen the shows. Those are his people. That's where you want to go. So,
I'm on this podcast, and all I got was this T-shirt. Until next time, we'll see you later.